Welcome to the Emotional Support Kitchen. It's been a long week. Let's see what word is going to inspire us today. Today's word is courage. I have absolutely no idea where to start with that. So when I think about courage, I would assume we're talking about having something to put a battery in your back. And if it's a day and I need to be motivated, then I like coffee. So let's do something coffee inspired. Today we are making coffee-braised short ribs. Since our beef is all prepped and ready to go, I'm going to douse it in some oil and then get ready to coat it with our spice blend. To start this blend, we are using some ground garlic, a little bit of dried parsley, some paprika, my favorite spice, fenugreek. Add in some of the coffee granules, a little bit of cacao to partner with that bitterness, and some brown sugar to temper that all down. But you can't forget our friend, the salt crop. Y'all thought I forgot him. I did not. We need some salt. Let's start seasoning everything. So I like to start sometimes with each seasoning on both sides mixed with the oil to kind of get it nicely coated. But you can take all of these spices and put them together in a bowl and just toss everything right then at that moment. It's a preference thing, but really it's a coverage thing. You have to make sure you have your coverage, no matter how courageous you choose to be. So now that everything is all seasoned and ready to go, let's start building our base. First, I'm going to add some olive oil to my cast iron so that I can saute some onions that I'm going to put into the bottom of our slow cooker. Now, you don't have to use a slow cooker here. You could do this with just a regular Dutch oven, or you could just use a regular casserole dish. But I am going to be using a slow cooker for the entire process. As we go along, I continue to saute the onions and some of the spices that we use to season our beef, and some of the herbs that you will see a little bit later. So now, they've gotten to a medium kind of translucent color, and we can remove them and put them into the base of our dish. To continue building out this base, we're going to throw in some baby Bella mushrooms, just so that we can ground this a little bit and give it a bit of earthiness and, add structure to our foundation, because, I'm a fan of foundations. Here we go again. Next thing is we can finally start searing our beef. So I like to let the pan get up to, a ripping hot temperature, and then I'll test it out first with a couple of pieces just to make sure we're where we're at before I start bringing in all the rest. The goal is to get a deep char on both sides so that all of that flavor can permeate the onions and the mushrooms and some of the extra things that we're going to add as it slow cooks. Next, I'm going to add in some beef stock as our braising liquid, but I mixed in some of those coffee granules that you saw from earlier because it's instant coffee. Yes, I know, it's a travesty, but I promise the flavor will be delicious. Ribs are slow cooking for the next 4 to 5 hours. I decided that we needed a side dish. In this case, I'm going to saute some sweet potatoes and top them off with a mixture of lemon juice, elderflower sugar, and thyme. Yes, I did say elderflower sugar. I wanted to add something that not only reinforces our need to stabilize our foundation by promoting that earthiness, but accentuate the sweet potato. Many hours later, it's time to plate this up and see what we got. Some notes. You can take all this liquid that has come out of the meat itself and some of the broth and turn it into a gravy if you would like. I'm going to put our sweet potatoes on the bottom, top it with some of the mushrooms and the onions, as well as the short rib itself, followed by some of the jus. Look at that. Look at it jiggle. Wobble, wobble. Shake it, shake it. All right, enough. Let's sit down and unpack this. At the top of this, our word of the day was courage. What does courage mean to you? Tell me in the comments. I will tell you that for me, courage means having the foresight to follow through, to press on, and do what makes sense in your soul, even if it contradicts things on the outside. Maybe that just means having faith in yourself. Maybe we should do faith next as another word. How are your short ribs? Were they tender? Did they just fall apart? Or was there pull? Were they too bitter because you used too much coffee? Or were they too sweet because there was too much sugar? Because you have to balance the sweetness with the bitterness. That makes a well-rounded meal. But I'm just philosophizing. This was cool. I actually like these. These came out really good on my end. I needed that. This has been a weird week. Or more so a week of juxtaposition. There were so many things that happened at the top of the week that reinforced all the things that I'm doing. And then there were things that happened that reinforced all the reasons why I don't do a lot of things on occasion. But I still find the courage to do so regardless. So maybe it just fills it out. I hope your short ribs came out great. I hope your week is a little bit better. And I hope you got something here, even if you weren't trying to. Per the usual, take care of each other, take care of yourself, and meet me back here next Sunday for another word, another recipe, another random conversation so we can cook through it. Peace.